Hello, sweet yogis. Good morning. It is 9 o'clock on a Friday. We are experiencing rainy weather, so that typically means that class is a little more gentle. Not necessarily a gentle class, but it is a little bit more gentle. Today's class is focusing on compassion for yourself, being gentle with yourself, being easy on yourself. During this time that we've been kind of isolating, we might have become our own worst enemies in this situation. So really trying to take some time to get into this class more poetically, more focused on yourself, and less in your head, less cerebrally. So for some of you, you're like, yay, that's gonna be awesome. And for some, we've already started panicking. But don't worry, it's a normal class, just a little bit more flow and a little bit more heart and a little less mental work. Maybe we could take a break from our mental stimulation a little bit, for just a little bit. So we're starting the same way we always do. Just in case you need extra props, I have a blanket, a little bit of water, some blocks, and I have a strap nearby in case I need it later. You might want to have something like that too. It's nice to have a little arsenal of props. When you're ready, lay down onto your belly. So we're letting the body rest onto the floor, and this is our first point of compassion. This is our first point of connection with feeling our body rest and how that feels on the ground. When you lay down with your head resting, you can give yourself the opportunity to soften your throat. You can relax the nape of the neck, the base of the skull. You give yourself opportunity for an experience of where the body really is. Where are the hips, where are the shoulders, where's the head, where are the legs, where are the feet, and then also this time coming into contact a bit deeper and seeing if you can locate an organ or two. You don't have to know where organs are located. Think about the major ones. You know where your lungs are, you know where your heart is, you probably know where your intestines are and your reproductive organs are. So just check in and see if you can feel, by taking deep, full breaths, where they are in the body. Oftentimes in yoga, we come at yoga in the same way that we come at most physical exercise. We think of it as a workout. And in reality, yoga is a work-in. So you're actually bringing more attention, more life, more awareness into yourself, into your body, into who you are. And also, in the meantime, doing things that can strengthen the external body. So allow your breath to deepen even more than you already have. Feel the belly expand, opening, exposing towards the floor. And then as you exhale, pull the belly button towards the spine, contracting just a little bit. Inhaling, feeling that expansion, that opening, that space. And then exhaling and softening, letting go, relaxing. Noticing how the lungs expand, how the chest moves, and then exhaling and feeling everything release. And let's take just a couple more breaths on the ground, just like this. And then when you're ready, take your legs really wide apart, about mat distance. Bend both your knees and start to windshield wiper your legs from side to side, both legs coming from one direction and then across body to the other direction. And then inside of this movement, see if you can just let the movement be. See if you can just let the flow move from one side to the other. Instead of thinking, well, now I have to lift a hip and then I swing to the left. Don't go into that more cerebral focus point of your practice just yet. There's plenty of time for that. But for right now, imagine you're swinging on a swing set, or you're a child watching TV and just swinging your legs from side to side, or just be here in the present moment and allow that free flowing movement come into the legs. There's a lot of that today. There's a lot of free flowing movement, so allowing ourselves to get into it now is great. Maybe as you move from side to side, the lower back starts to get a little bit more involved, and you do feel your buttocks rocking from side to side. You do feel a hip lift, but you don't have to force that. You don't have to make that happen. Be easy with yourself. Accept the movements that come, and don't try to make them bigger or stronger or greater. Instead, just be with them. Take one more movement just like this, maybe a little bit more sweeping if that's in your feeling right now. And then go ahead and bring your legs back to center and let the legs come back down. And we'll go back into our child's pose just like we always do. We're going to press the hands into the floor, roll back, bend your knees, big toe mounts the feet together, and draw back into your child's pose. Let the top of your head, or excuse me, the forehead rest onto the floor, or even try placing your arms under your head. If you are practicing with us in PA today in this area, it is raining, so your body probably is a little tighter than you remember it being, and that's okay, because rain helps, kind of creates a little bit of expansion in us. So let's go ahead and be gentle with ourselves, easy on yourself. Don't feel like you have to be here and put your top of your head onto the ground. This isn't going to help anything. Go ahead and place blankets underneath of your head or blankets on top of your heels and try to bring your buttocks back towards the heels, even if that means that you're just letting your head rest on your hands. What if the whole class today was nothing but this pose? We were just staying in child's pose. How would you affect the positive change in this pose? How would you change your child's pose to make it more helpful for your body? Where do you feel that you need to go with it? So taking one more breath here in this happy little child's pose. We're going to go ahead and inhale and move into our hands and knees. And we'll be here by pulling our knees in underneath of our hips. So typically our knees are wide when we come into it. So walk those knees underneath. Hands are going to come underneath the shoulders. We'll inhale, let the belly draw down, roll the shoulder blades back, lift the tip of the tailbone up. And then as we exhale, we're going to contract the core, round the spine, move everything into middle line, so right into the center. And so that's how we do this. That's how you move from cat to cow, right? But I want you to feel how you're moving from cat to cow. So you know how to. Now what does it feel like? Can you find every vertebrae? Can you feel all the vertebrae from the base of the skull all the way down to your tailbone? Which ones are missing? And then if you're feeling like you can't connect with certain points of them because of surgeries or because of injuries or because of just lack of awareness in that area, that's okay. You can still breathe. You can still imagine that whole spine opening up in the back and in the front. Take it through one more time. And then this next time that you inhale, letting the belly draw down, chest lifts, hips forward, or excuse me, hips up, then we're going to exhale back into child's pose. So go ahead and round the body, find that feeling of the cow posture or cat posture, and then roll back into your child's pose. As you inhale, slide forward. Let the belly draw down, lift your chest and lift your hips. Exhale, round and roll back. And again, I want you to feel your way through these two postures. Don't just push yourself forward and back because I'm telling you to. If there's a point in which you're like, I can't feel that part, stop, take a breath, and then continue. So you're starting to sense the body, sense the way that you move. Allowing yourself these opportunities for gentle introspection. Without judgment, just watching and learning. Let's do one more. Beautiful. Go ahead and move forward into that cow pose, belly down, chest lifts, hips lift. And then this last time, exhale, come back into your child's pose, roll back. On your next inhalation, we're going to roll forward into a cobra. So the hand's going to stay on the ground. We're going to roll forward, let the hips draw down, and open the front of the chest. And then as we exhale, we're going to start this from the spine. So we're going to roll back and come into our child's pose. And again, we're going to do this again. So there's a lot of repetition in class today. That way you can start to find your own rhythm in the movement, right? You want to find how the body moves best for you today. Your own rhythm. Your own space. We're going to hold this Cobra pose, this next one. I'll give you a moment to get there. Hold that Cobra. And then from here, we're going to look over that left shoulder. So looking over the left shoulder. Come back through center. Roll the shoulder blades back and down, not into the ears. And then exhale, look over the right shoulder. Inhale back to center. Exhale, tuck your toes. Bend your knees, shift back, and let's come all the way to down dog. Your legs are probably a little wider than they usually are. So once you're in your down dog, start to walk out your dog. You can keep your legs wide here. There's no problem there. There's no issue with having wide legs in down dog for this position or for this moment. I'd like you to instead just start to walk it out. Maybe the hips start to swing, maybe they don't. Maybe the body's feeling tight, maybe it's feeling pretty loose. Let your head hang, there's nothing to see here. I'm doing the same thing as you, I'm just walking out my legs. Take one more breath. Beautiful, let's go ahead and start to walk our feet forward towards our hands, taking it all the way to the front of the mat. However you get there is fine, you might have to come up halfway to get there. And then once you're down into that forward fold at the front of your mat, I'd like you to grab your elbows and let your head hang. So we're still in forward fold. We have a slight bend in our knees. We oftentimes think that this posture has to have straight legs. It does not. Shake out your head, soften your neck and your jaw. Your head's been down for quite a while, so let's come up nice and slow. Release the arms, press through the feet. Pull the belly button in, lift through the pelvic floor, and start to rise up. And once you bring your head over your shoulders, reach your arms overhead. Good. As you exhale, place the hands together above your head. Move the thumbs past the forehead, down past the nose, down past the chin. As the fingertips come towards the chin, draw yourself all the way back down. Bend your knees, come into that forward fold. Here we go, do it again. Inhale, roll yourself up. Head comes over the shoulders and then the arms rise to the sky. And then exhale, hands come down all the way through the center. Once they come about chest height, we can start to roll the shoulders forward and follow those hands down towards the floor. One more time like that. Inhale, press it up, bring the body up and overhead. Exhale, taking it down, nice and slow, carrying the body to a forward fold. And then inhale, come all the way up again, reach the arms overhead, palms together. Exhale, thumbs come to the forehead. We're going to sit back, coming into a chair, letting those hips draw back, wiggling the toes, pulling the lower belly up and in, engaging our core. Finding 2 or 3 breaths, maybe letting the forehead really rest into the thumbs and then pressing the thumbs back towards the forehead. Take it one more breath here. And then exhale, forward fold, come all the way down. Inhale, press through your feet, rise all the way up, reach the arms overhead. Remember, repetition to find your own way. Bring the hands down to the chest. Draw the hips back, find your chair. Pull your core in, sit back towards your heels, wiggle your toes. Big deep breaths. Being gentle and easy with yourself as you lower your hands down to the floor. Inhale, press all the way up. Bring the arms overhead. Let's do that one more time on each. Hands to the forehead first. Once we come to the forehead, draw down. Maybe a little deeper into your chair, maybe not. It's your body. Focusing on your breath. Exhale, take it all the way to the earth. Hands to the floor. Inhale, draw it all the way back up again. Trying to get out of the head space and into the feeling. Bring it down into the heart. Once your hands come to the heart, sit back into the chair. What happens when you bring your hands to your heart? What happens when you bring your hands to your head? What happens when you sit your hips back? What feelings come up? What rhythm can you find? Exhale, take it all the way down, hands to the floor. You can use a block under your hands here. We're going to place the right hand right in front of both of our feet. We're going to bend this left knee. Let's go ahead and reach this left arm up. You can use a block, it'll give you a little bit more height. And then exhale, take that left hand down. Again, you can use the block, bend your right knee, straighten your left leg, and reach your right arm up. Exhale, take both hands back down again, forward fold wherever it goes. And then on your next inhalation, let's step the right foot back into a lunge. Lower that right knee down to the ground, untuck your toes. Press down through your left foot, move your right hip forward. Inhale, arms come up. So just basic anatomy cues for this class today. Use the basic ones so you can feel through the rest of it. As you exhale, take that right hand to the outside of your left knee, reach your left arm back. Maybe it wants to stay back, or maybe you'd like to lower your left hand to your back thigh. Turn your head to look over your shoulder. Wherever you want to be is fine. Next inhalation, arms come all the way up. As you exhale, we're going to come into an extension on that left leg. So the left leg's going to extend, the hands are going to come to the floor or to blocks, and the toes are going to lift off the mat. We're here for a couple breaths, so if you need to go grab your blocks, go ahead and do it. Try not to shift your hips to the right. Keep the hips back. See what's going in that left leg, going on in that left leg, but also see how your body's feeling. If you are collapsing in your chest, use the blocks. Right? There's so much going on right now to make us cover our chest, to make us cover our heart. So go ahead and take your time and do things that will help you open and express that front body. Even if typically you could do a split without a problem, and today might just not be your day. Hold here for one more breath. For those of you using these blocks, please leave them where they are. Inhale, bend your left knee, reach your arms up, big stretch to the sky. Again, looking for the rhythm and repetition. Exhale, take the hands down to the blocks or floor, lean back. Beautiful. Your inhale brings you back into your lunge. Arms come up, finding that space, that rhythm. And your exhale draws your hands down and you lean back. Awesome. Keep going. Use your breath. It's okay if you don't do as many as me. It's more important, or if you do more, it's more important that you can just feel your way through these two very gentle, but yet very powerful movements. One more. Excellent. Come back into that lunge wherever you are, big stretch. Exhale, place those hands right down onto the ground. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, find that high lunge. Right hand's gonna come to the earth, left arm's gonna come up. If your right knee needs to be down, it can be. Exhale, reach that left arm by your left hip and then sweep it up by your left ear. Inhale, back, open and reach. Exhale, forward. Inhale, back, open and reach. Exhale, forward, one more. Inhale, back, open and reach. Exhale, forward, place that left hand on the floor. Inhale, step back into a plank or straight into your down dog. Lower the weight you want to. Inhale, lift the heart. And then exhale, down dog. We're back in your down dog. Take a couple moments here. Notice what's going on in your body. Stay with your breath. Shake out your head. Relax your neck and your jaw. Maybe even take a child's pose because that's what you feel like you need right now. Let's do one more breath just like this. Excellent. We're going to get this right foot forward in between our hands. Take your time. For those of you who have a hard time with this transition, just take your time to get there. Once your right hand is, or your right foot is in between your hands, you're in a lunge. So take your time to get the right knee over the ankle for those of you who are having this opportunity. The left knee's well behind your buttocks. And then from this position, we're going to open up into our low lunge. We're holding here and breathing, just kind of finding our happy spot in our lunge position. Trying not to rock over into one side or the other. Take that left hand to the outside of the right knee. Sweep the right arm back. You can place the hand on the lower back or thigh. One more breath here. Inhale, sweep the arms up, big stretch. And then as you know, we're gonna come back into that extension. So exhale, take that right leg straight. Hands can come to blocks. Notice I kept the blocks where they are, but you can move them to where they need to be. You also don't need to use blocks, but not if you're rounding. Not if you're rounding. If you're rounding to get here, then you're collapsing. And we hold this first one for a while anyway, so why not take the opportunity to find a little height? Maybe you need more height on this side than you did the other. Maybe you need less. I'll just show from the middle level, the middle ground. So from here, we're shifting the hips back, we're finding sensation in the right leg, and we're looking for that breath, looking for the rhythm. The rhythm of our inhale and our exhale. All right, let's start to move between them, okay? Again, it doesn't matter how many you do. Inhale, lift the arms up, find that space, let the left hip come forward, and then exhale, carry it down slow. This is a bit of a balancing trick. I apologize for those of you who hate that part. Inhale. Let that body just float back. So your inhales always a rise and your exhales drawing back. Let's do a couple more, take your time. Slow and steady, your own rhythm, your own body, your own positions. Got two more. Maybe one, depending on how you're going. Maybe each one gets a little bit deeper without rounding your spine. Awesome. Let's go ahead and take it right back into that lunge. Reach the arms overhead. Wherever you are, just come back here. Exhale, let that left hand come down to the ground. And as you inhale, tuck your back toes and rise up through that right arm. So you don't have to lift your back knee, but you can if you want to. Exhale, right arm by your right hip, forward by the thigh, and then inhale it by the ear. So exhaling on your way back, inhaling on your way forward. Exhaling on your way back, inhaling on your way forward. Two more. Exhaling on the way back, inhaling on the way forward. Exhale, this time as you inhale, reach by the ear and lower that right hand to the floor. We're going to spin the left heel back here. So spinning that left heel to the earth, coming into a warrior two. Right knee's over top of the ankle. Again, this is just for proper alignment, just for keeping yourself safe. Go ahead and straighten your right leg, reach both arms up, big stretch. And then exhale, bend your right knee, come back into your warrior two. Inhale, right leg straightens, both arms stretch to the sky. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, right leg straightens, reach up. Exhale, warrior two. One more. Inhale, both legs straighten, reach up. Exhale, warrior two, hold here. Find this pose, find your breath. So you might start to get more shallow in your breathing here. I really want you to deepen that breath. Compassion for yourself here, okay? Feeling that compassion welling up into the belly, into the heart. Right elbow to the right thigh. Let's bring that left arm by our left ear. Big stretch by the ear. You can put some weight into this right elbow. Stay breathing. Try not to grip the floor with your toes. Think about opening and expanding the front of your chest. If you can open and feel the front of your body. One more breath. Come back through warrior two. I know it's a long hold. Straighten that right leg. Reach the left hand back behind you. Reach the right arm to the sky. Get a big, deep stretch to that right side body. Open up everything. Engage that right thigh. Beautiful. Stretch back a little more. Reach with your fingertips. And then exhale. Come into a triangle. You can use a block here if you'd like to. You can take the ankle, or excuse me, the knuckles to the inside of the calf. Holding here and breathing. Holding your breath isn't going to show yourself much compassion. You gotta pump that love through your body. Gorgeous. Bend that right knee, come back into warrior two, drop low. And then go ahead and straighten that right leg, turn both feet to face forward. And then come into a forward fold. Nice strong forward fold, bend your knees on the way down. You can place your head onto a block if you'd like to. Imagining here what you need to do to feel the body flowing forward, right? What do you need to feel yourself just drawing into this posture, letting it go, letting it all go. Let's take one more breath, just letting it float down. We'll revisit it for those of you who like to invert here. Press your hands into the floor. Turn your left foot out, bend your left knee, come into that warrior two again. So we have that nice wide stance, the core is engaged, the body is strong here. The arms come out to the side. Staying low. Inhale, straighten that left leg, reach both arms up, big stretch. And then exhale, drop it back down. Using your rhythm of breath, letting this posture happen the way it needs to for you. Maybe the knee doesn't bend as much today. Maybe the arms don't reach as high up as you feel like they should. Finding compassion for the practice, for yourself, for the journey. Beautiful, hold that warrior two. Take that left elbow to the left thigh, right arm by your right ear. This might not be for you today. Maybe the hand stays on the hip. Holding here, finding that nice strong breath. Shoulders down and back, chest is open. One more breath like this. Let's come right back through the warrior two. Straighten that left leg. Beautiful, take that right hand by your right thigh, engage your left thigh muscle, start to lean back. Open it up, really reach through that left fingertips. Just because you know where we're going doesn't mean we're there. Just breathe. Beautiful, now let's take it into that triangle. Keep the space in the hips. Let the left knuckles come to the inner calf. Right arm comes up. Maybe there's a block behind your ankle. Maybe your hand's on the floor. Engaging that thigh, not gripping with the toes. Maybe the head turns to look towards the thumb, as long as that doesn't bring your chin too far forward. One more breath. Beautiful, bend your left knee, come back into your warrior two. Straighten both legs, turn both feet to face forward, hands up to the sky. Thumbs come down to the forehead first, down towards the cheeks and chin, down to the chest, and once we're at the chest, we bend the knees. And we bring the body into that wide leg forward fold where we are once again just kind of hanging out. So we're here for about 5 or 10 breaths, depending on how slowly you breathe. And for those of you who prefer to take this into an inversion, you're welcome to do so. I've done it in previous videos to show you how. If you don't invert normally, don't invert now. So just allowing that body to fold. Maybe we have the hands on the floor, maybe the head's on the ground, maybe it's on blocks. Maybe we prefer just a flat back position because that's what feels good for us today. You can even try a gripping of the ankles, or having the arms behind you underneath of you, or even clasped behind your back. We're going to be here for 2 more breaths. For some of us, this is very hard on the ankles, so make sure you're lifting through the inner foot, so through that instep. You're not collapsing out into your ankles. Your ankles are strong here. 1 more breath. Awesome. If you are inverted, go ahead and come out. Hands come down to the floor. And we're going to go ahead and slide side to side. I always call this stalking like a puma. So you're going to bend your left knee and just shift your weight towards the left. And then bend your right knee and shift your weight to your right. We're going to do that a couple times. You can have blocks under your hands here. It's going to make this way easier and also way more accessible for most of us. Right? It's a rainy day. You're trying to show compassion for yourself. Maybe take the props, even though you might not like them. It's not cheating. It's just showing compassion for the body we have. Awesome. Let's do 1 more, side to side. Let's see if we can land towards the back of the mat, so towards that left leg. Perfect. So with your left leg towards the back of the mat and your block under your right hand, or the right hand can be on the floor, you're going to come into a twist. So lifting this left arm up and just stretching to the sky. It's a lot to ask. Keep breathing. Shift your weight back. Awesome. Bring the hands down. Take it all the way over to the right. You can use your block here. Keep your left hand on the block of the floor. Reach your right arm up. Shift your hips back here. Wiggle your toes if you need to. And then keeping that body strong. Awesome. Take both hands down to this block of the floor. Turn your right foot out. Walk your hands to the instep side of your right foot. And then go ahead and lift your back heel. Walk this right foot out so that it's out of the way of your shoulders. Hands can be underneath your shoulders. And you're going to lower this left knee to the floor. Untuck your toes. So in this position, your right knee is on the outside of your right arm. So a little dragon posture. For those of us who don't like pigeon as much, I'm one of you. So the hands come underneath the shoulders. Make sure you're being very aware of your knees today. Then from here, we're going to place the right hand onto the inner right thigh. And we're going to open this right knee away from us and turn the chest towards that right knee. So I'll turn my position so you can see it, but you just go ahead and hang in there for a moment. Hands are on the inside, right hand to the inner right thigh, and you're opening. Good. Notice that the left shoulder wants to come into the ear. Roll that shoulder blade down and back. Stay breathing. If you hold your breath, you're not pumping compassion through your body, you're just holding it away from you. We'll be here for 1 more breath. Maybe the right arm wants to extend and really open that body out. And then let's go ahead and place that right hand to the instep side. Keep the right knee open. Hold here. I know, 1 more breath or 2. Awesome. And then we're going to pull that right knee back in towards our right arm. This is a long time to be down in a lunge. If you need a child's pose or a break, go ahead and take it. Hold here for 1 more breath. Awesome. And then from here, we're going to switch this out. So the best way to switch out from here, hands stay flat onto the floor, Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, step your right foot back, lower for chaturanga, or just go straight to a down dog. And let's go ahead and step that left foot forward. Left foot's gonna come to the outside of the left hand, so walk your left hand in. Lower that right knee to the floor, untuck your toes. Hold here first, hugging that knee in towards the arm, letting the hips come forward. Not rocking the hips back and forth, but letting both hips come forward. Opening up through the center of your chest. You can use blocks under your hands here if you need to. Right arm stays strong, left hand to the inner left thigh, and open that left knee out to the side. Let the hips draw down. You're almost pressing the hips forward here a bit. Keep the right shoulder back, little bend in the elbow for those of you who are working on that strength, but you don't have to, not today. Holding here, letting the hips open, feeling what sensations come up into the body when we're in this posture. One more breath, maybe that left arm wants to come out and behind us a bit, opening up. And then take that left hand down to the floor. Pull that left knee in. Hold here. Tuck your back toes. Look down at your right hand. We're going to step this right foot to the outside of the right hand. So lift your back knee. Right hand comes closer to the left. And carry it forward. Go ahead and press through your feet. They're going to be a little wider than hip distance apart. Reach the arms overhead. Interlace the fingers. Press the palms to the sky. Big deep breaths. Awesome. Let the arms go. Roll the shoulder blades down and back. Lift the center of your chest. Walk your feet hip distance apart. So remember, it's 2 fists apart. From here, we're going to shift the weight into the right foot. And we're going to lift this left knee up into the chest as we lift the arms. So we'll inhale and just lift this left knee in, arms up. And then we're going to exhale and bring everything back down. Right side, inhale, lift up. Exhale, back down, right? So you might just lift the heel and just come to the toes. Or you might lift the whole foot off the ground. And that's up to you, whatever you're feeling is best. One more breath like this. Whatever one you choose to do is fine. We're changing it anyway in a moment. Perfect. Next inhale, the left leg's going to come up. This is where the change happens. We're going to place the hands together in front of the heart. And we're going to come into a warrior 3. So you're going to start to kick this left leg back behind us. Toes facing down. Hands stay in front of the chest. Chest reaches into the thumbs. Thumbs press into the center of the chest. Strong right leg. Holding here, lifting that back heel, and then we're going to slowly carry it back up. So the left knee comes in, the arms come up. Exhale, lower that left foot and those arms. Take it to the right, ready? Inhale, right knee comes in. Exhale, hands to the chest. Inhale, press it back, hold here for a couple breaths. Hips are level. Gentle compassion with the body. Just reminding yourself that you are a being of grace. Come all the way up, right knee comes in, arms come overhead. Exhale, hands come down. Awesome. So see how that feels in your body. So give yourself a stance and just hold it for a moment. Stand up, feel strong. Whatever's coming into the body is absolutely okay. Just accepting it. Maybe you wiggled, maybe you fell. That's okay. We're going to do the whole thing again, but we're going to add another pose to it. So on this pose, we're going to inhale, lift the arms up, left knee comes up. Exhale, hands come to the heart. We'll in and start to draw that left leg back. And then from here, depending on how you're feeling, we're going to either reach the arms back behind us, or the arms forward by our ears. Hold on to it. Hands to the heart, knee to the chest, reach to the sky, lower the arms. That takes a great deal more strength, so just remembering that, it's okay if you decide to just let your hands rest on your chest or place your hands on the floor. Inhale, right arm comes up. Exhale, hands to the heart, draw it back. Inhale, wherever the arms are going to go. One more breath. Beautiful. Exhale, let's pull everything in. Hands to chest, knee in. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, right foot down. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, hands to the chest. I know, we thought we were done. Pull that left knee in. Inhale, let's come into that warrior three variation. You can go ahead and stay here. You can extend your arms, or you can let that left hand come to the floor and reach your right arm to the sky. Or onto a block. Left hand can come to a block. We're going to have to come out the way we came in. So, strong right leg, hands to the heart. Pull everything in with your core. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, lower down. This is the hardest part of the whole class. Promise. Here we go. Arms up, right leg. Exhale, hands to chest. Inhale, kick back. You can do whatever variation you wanted to here, or that right hand can come to the floor. You can reverse or do a revolved Ardha Chandrasana. Go ahead and bring it all in. And then come up, arms overhead. And lower it all down. Awesome, good job guys. Inhale, lift your arms up, big stretch. Interlace your fingers, place the hands behind your head. Let your head rest into your hands. Lift the center of your chest. Core engaged. And exhale, lower all the way down. Bend your knees on the way if you need to. We're going to come into a variation of a toe stand, but first let's do just a little bit of extension here. So, we're placing the hands onto the floor, either flat onto the floor or flat onto blocks. And we're going to try and keep those hands under our shoulders. So if you were to look at the side of your body, your hands are right under those shoulders. And then from here, we're going to shift our weight up, push into the floor, and lift our heels. As high as they'll go. Really pull your belly button to your spine, lift up, and then lower your heels. Good. So think one day your legs are just going to pop right up into the sky, and if they do that naturally, go ahead and let yourself come into a handstand. Press into the floor, lift, reach, and lower when you're ready. One more time. Pull your belly button to your spine, really tuck everything in, really hug yourself in. Sweet little ball. And lower, good. Hands to the floor or blocks, shift your knees forward, sit back towards the heels. You can use these blocks to help with a little bit of balance here, or you can just let the hands rest on the knees and just counterweight your body so that your shoulders come over your hips, the top of the head comes up. You can place your hands together if you'd like. We're going to try to gently roll onto our buttocks. Ready? As gently or plump. Doesn't matter really. So then from here, once you're onto your back, we're going to lay, or once you're seated, we're actually going to lay down in a moment. But once you're seated, move your props out of the way for those of you who have allowed them to get all over the place. And we're going to go ahead and sit onto the edge of our blanket. So I'm going to change positions a couple times here for those of you who really like to study the video. So for those of you who are doing that, just know I'm going to change a couple times. We're sitting onto the edge of our blanket so that our knees can be lower than our hips, right? So you might need to, I need to do a little bit higher height. because this knee is injured and it's raining, and injury usually works itself out in rain. So if you have a strap nearby, go ahead and place it somewhere that you can get to it easily. We're going to place the left shin so that it's parallel to the front of the mat. So this is when I'm going to change positions again. So the left shin is parallel to the edge of the mat. My right foot is coming to the front of my left ankle. So parallel with the shin, right foot. And then from here, I'm going to do one of two things. If I know that I have the hamstring flexibility, I'm going to grab the sole of my foot. And then I'm going to extend that leg straight up. And I'm going to roll my shoulder blades back and sit up nice and tall and breathe. If I can't get there, and I have a strap nearby, I'm going to take the strap and I'm going to hold that strap in whatever position I need to. Okay? So up to you completely. Holding that left leg up into the sky, aloft, is that correct? And pressing through that left big toe a little bit here. Rolling the shoulder blades down and back, sitting up nice and tall. Trying not to round to get in here. So this would be causing a lot of issue. Look at the bulging in the discs of your spine here. So really trying to lift up and out of the seat, out of the hips. Hamstrings are tight, use a strap. Don't have a strap nearby, you're gonna have a little bend. Beautiful, hold here for one more breath. Excellent. So we can stay here, or we can take the right hand to the pinky toe side of this left foot, and we can just twist that left arm behind us. You can use a strap, right? So you might be holding a strap. Shoulders down, one more breath, and then let's come right back up and release that left leg. Same thing is going to happen on the right. So your left shin becomes parallel with the small side of your mat. Your right ankle comes to the front, or the right foot comes to the front of your ankle. You know what's coming. Some of you probably are already in it. Grabbing the foot and lifting. Woo, tight side. So depending on how you're feeling today, this might not be your best side, it might be your best side. Push through the big toe side. Roll your shoulder blades back. Lift through the center of your chest. None of the bulging. This might feel good at the moment, but it is not good for you in the long run. It trains your body to sit that way. We're strengthening the muscles in the back to sit up tall, even when we don't need to be in a yoga posture. Almost out. Grabbing the foot, maybe with a strap, grabbing on the outside foot with your left hand and just turning, rotating, revolving. Right arm comes out to the back or behind you. Shoulders stay down. None of this. Open it up, okay? Sit tall. Couple more breaths. Let's release. Good job, guys. Go ahead and cross your ankles or legs in whatever manner feels best for you. Take that last posture as a warning shot. So if you felt like you needed a strap in there and you did not use it, then for this next posture that we're about to go into, you're probably going to need a strap, so have it nearby. We will modify if you don't have one nearby though, okay? So sitting cross-legged for a moment before we come into this next pose, let's go ahead and walk the arms forward, take it into a forward fold. In whatever manner feels best for you. Maybe the head's on the floor. Reminding yourself to let your breath be really, really deep here. One more breath. And then sliding yourself right back up. Perfect. So we are going to lay down onto our backs, as promised. Move your props out of the way, grab a drink of water for those of you who need to. That's me. And have your strap nearby if you have access to them. So when we lay down onto our mats, there's a couple things that can happen. Your head might naturally, your chin might lift, like so. See how the extension in the front of my throat's happening here, which is just part of life, really. And we can fix this, we can help this by placing something underneath of our head, like a little pillow or a little blanket fold. Something that will support the chin coming more towards the throat. We don't want to overdo it, but just enough that it's tilted a little bit down. So the back of the neck has some space there. And then from here, we're going to grab our strap and keep it near our right hip. For those of you who don't have a strap, don't worry. For those of you who aren't using a strap, don't worry. It's gonna be fine. So then from here, we're gonna pull this right knee into our chest. We'll go ahead and bend the left knee and place that left foot on the floor, and this will help us get access to the right foot. When you're in this posture, I want you to imagine keeping your tailbone in line with the mat. Oof, already running out of time. I need like 3-hour classes, guys. Strap comes to the ball of the foot, and the right leg's going to come up to the sky. You could stay here. You could also have the toe with your right hand. Keeping the tailbone down, we're not opening out to the side, so it doesn't have to be a big deal. The left leg can stay on the floor, and we can draw that right shoulder towards the earth. Pushing through the heel maybe a little bit to find extension, or holding that strap and finding extension. Oh, the hamstrings, which are so tight all the time. Awesome. Go ahead and let go of that right foot, pull your right knee into your chest. Left hand to the outside of your right knee. Right arm comes away from you, and you're going to come into a twist. We'll be here for another breath. Come back through center. And let's switch sides. First, the left knee comes into the chest. Right knee stays bent. We can strap the left ball of the foot, or we can take the first 2 fingers up around the big toe. Shoulders draw down. We're not pulling. This isn't a pulling. There's no bicep strengthening here. Think of the arm or the strap as just a guide to help let that leg get nice and long, and then let the tailbone straight onto the floor. Right? Don't lift your buttocks. So we're not lifting the hips up so we can get the leg closer to our face, right? One more breath. Beautiful. Bend your left knee. Right hand to the outside of your left knee and twist. And come back into center. Pull both knees into your chest. Rock a little bit from side to side. Take any last posture that I might not have included today. Maybe you would like a happy baby, this guy. Or maybe you'd like to do another twist. Whatever works best for you. And take about a minute to get on each side if you're doing a double-sided pose. And then once you're done, go ahead and join everyone in Shavasana. So you're going to lay down onto the mat. Hips are going to get nice and level. Head's going to rest gently. Neck is going to relax. Throat's going to relax. And we'll go ahead and close our eyes. If you haven't finished with one side, go ahead and do the other. If you are looking forward, I'm sitting up because there's no point in me doing Shavasana with you. Go ahead and enjoy this one for yourself. And then once you are settled into your Shavasana, into your corpse pose, into the posture of just laying on your back, go ahead and take some deep breaths into your body. Imagining that you can feel the whole of the body expand with your breath. You can breathe into places that have been neglected or avoided. If you can feel any residual emotional response to these places, if you can shine the light of compassion onto them. We are currently all probably dealing with a little bit of compassion fatigue. There's so much going on. So many people are hurting. Our hearts go out to all of them because we're good people who care. And after a while, it exhausts us. We don't have any room for it. We don't have any space for it to shine on ourselves. But compassion for others starts from within. Take your time to breathe and smooth out the tight spots. Smooth out the rough edges, the sad, the judgment, the anger, the disappointment. Allow love into your own body. Allow love for your own self. Reinvigorate that love within. Imagine that every inhalation is nourishing your body, your mind, your soul. And every exhalation, you're breathing out things that have been blocking you, that have been holding you back. Find your breath to be slow and steady. Feeling the rhythm of your breath, the rhythm of the rain, the rhythm of your heart. Soften the muscles of your body to allow all of that compassion, all of that love, all of that restoration in. Giving faith to your body and its ability to just let go. And with the power of love, the power of compassion, will see us all through. When you're ready, start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Roll over to your right side in the fetal position, and then pressing your left hand into the floor, come all the way up into seated. Bring the hands together in front of your heart, and then rise up above your head. Wherever you might feel that you can bring love and compassion, understanding from, go ahead and bring it down first to your thoughts, and then to your mouth, so that you may speak in compassion, and then to your heart, so that your actions are moved from compassion for yourself and for others. Be easy on yourself, my friends. Happy weekend. Namaste.